Let's test the sound of that music with voice. We're testing a lot of things out here if you're listening. Turn that music down. Hey, welcome to PokeOC. We're going to be doing... Well, I'm doing loading up cards in TCG Player, answering questions from chat. You got something to ask, and we'll see. I started my journey 2 years ago. Got a lot of cards on hand. I started watching Brian from PokeOC, hence my name PokeOC, located in Orange County, California. And shocked no one had this name out here. Got the .com, and here we are 2 years later. I do bulk. I buy collections, sell Japanese cards online. I do grading. eBay. I sell a lot of sell it all. Football, sports cards. I mean, all the sports cards, all the Dragon Ball, Digimon, all sorts of stuff. So anything in the card world, pretty much into. The hardest part about selling cards is a lot of cards, I like them, but you know, you can't keep them all, right? I do keep all the doubles. So anything I have two of, I keep one for myself and sell the rest. I have my personal collection. It's getting a little out of control, but this personal collection isn't getting out of control. Just going live to answer any questions. If I can answer them, I will. Besides doing this for 2 years, I started with Gold Deck Gaming 2 years ago, and then I switched in this May to actually PokeOC. Like my eBay's PokeOC LLC, PokeOC LLC here, PokeOC.com. All my socials are PokeOC or linked below. I had to redo all my YouTubes and socials to get the names right. So starting socials from scratch. Wish I had done that 2 years ago. There's the one thing. If you're gonna start, get the name right first. Gold Deck Gaming was not the right name. That was my World of Warcraft name that I went with. But that would be great. But it's not marketable when you can't spell Gold Deck. And it doesn't sound right to some people. But now I'm PokeOC. So 2 years in this business. I got my daytime job is working retail as a manager. I got 25. I got 14 years with the company I'm with. So I understand the game of numbers. I understand P&Ls. I understand cost of goods and all that good stuff. Deal with it every day in my normal job. And so that's where I have that experience with retail and buying and selling and managing. And I could go on forever about that job. I could probably start a whole podcast about retail world. But currently I'm just sorting through my cards, talking Pokemon, talking business, whatever anybody wants to talk about. Ask away, leave comments, I'll answer them. If you're not catching this live, I'll answer them later. I was working on my scanner to set up for using, I guess you can use a scanner. I didn't know this. You can use a scanner on TCG Quick List, but I haven't really figured it out yet. Seems a little off, but it has some issues with it. Maybe there's still some bugs, not sure. I always go back to Quick List. And there's my name, Kaleka. My name's Kaleka. I run PokeOC. See, I live in Orange County, California. Work somewhere there too. But I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the name of, I enjoy business, and I enjoy any business is a game. And what I enjoy. It's kind of weird. I can always, when I work as a manager, I no problem talking to people all day and, you know, guests and all that good stuff, but they're talking online. It's a whole other world. You know, everyone always just tells you, oh, just do it, just do it. It's like, okay, yeah. just see it when you're not doing it, and when you go to do it, it's how much more daunting because no one knows me. Looking to myself, what it feels like. I mean, yeah, I can see that there's potentially 3 watchers here. Or I'm one of my own watchers, who knows, but hopefully my audio is good. Hopefully the video quality is good. And if it's not, let me know. So I used the Scan Snap. Like I said, I got the IX 1400 Scan Snap. It has card scanning options. This is what I use to just scan the fronts only for Scan Identify. And my double-sided cards, which is for scanning for eBay. And then TCG Quick Player List made its own profile. It will automatically click to it when you start scanning with TCG Player Quick List. And down the road, I will definitely work on showing that one. But like I said, if you got any questions, ask. I don't know. Hear the music in the background? Let me know. If it needs to go higher. It's too high. My voice isn't loud enough. I think I've done 2 lives. My big thing over the last few weeks is, when you look at the world, YouTube, social media, where does it fit in with what I want to do? Show all of you something. And so every Monday and Thursday I do Market Watch. So Mondays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I do Japanese booster boxes. And then on Thursdays, I do Japanese Pokemon singles. Mainly in the Japanese cards, but I sell English, Japanese, I sell everything. So Mondays and Thursdays are my 2 days. Pacific Standard Time. See how those times go. Maybe I'll do earlier, because 8 o'clock here is 11 o'clock East Coast time, kind of late. I upload a lot of shorts, just of cards, different sets, looks, hollows, reverse hollows. I'm just focusing on YouTube. I do focus on TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that, but when it comes to your business's reputation, it was very important for a long time, and it's a stable platform. It's also free to use, for me as a user and you as a viewer. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe or like. It doesn't cost you anything. So that's the beauty of YouTube. It's marketing at its finest, right? They run ads if they want or whatever they decide to do. Other than that, though, not costing you as a user anything basic. Unless creators have join my Patreon or whatever it is they decide, or 99 cent, once a month you get extra emojis or whatever it might be. Obviously, down the road, that's what everybody wants to do. Sorry about the throat here. It's I guess I can talk all day at work, but when it comes to talking online, it's a whole different world. And so we'll be scanning cards and chat over here up. I think it's up. Like I said, I only streamed live a few times. I'm still getting my setup. My setup, I guess you would say. Like anybody, we all start somewhere, right? No one is perfect in the beginning. But like I said, so I started 2 years ago, sold off a bunch of my own personal stuff that I had extra, used those funds to basically buy bulk, sorted through it, pulled out all the trainers and cards I knew of value, and then I'd sell it at a basically same price I bought it at, because I would combine and sell it off. At one point, and 2 years ago, Pokemon wasn't where it was with being so popular. So yeah, you were able to buy it for dirt cheap, like bulk especially. That's kind of what I focus on besides Japanese booster boxes. I do sell, I do have a sealed collection. I sell that off every now and then, but it's just so nice to look at your sealed stuff, booster boxes, all that good stuff. do love opening packs though. And like anyone says, if you're nothing wrong with opening packs, but if you're trying to open a pack to find a certain card, sometimes you're better off just buying that card. Even though the thrill is the hunt. But that card's costing $500, you either buy the card for $500 or you might spend $1,000 or $2,000 on packs to hopefully get that card. Everyone's got their thing. Open up maybe a pack or two a week to curb the itch of opening packs. It's a small addiction, right? We've all got it. So for now, I'm just doing. I got a bunch of bulk, but like I said, 2 years ago, kind of started the journey. I was watching Brian from PokeOC, and one thing that I took for him was he used a term he was talking about. You'll start your business, and you'll never 99.9% of you will not make it past 6 months. I've made it 2 years. But he's right. The work that you have to put in, it's called work. And people in this game, you've got to do the work. That's why I feel like there's so few that stick with it for longevity. So that's like this year back in May, I got my official LLC to create everything officially. And, the hopes is to grow the business. I just put up some magic boxes that I bought for myself. I don't need them. I don't want to open them. So I put them on my website. And, they don't sell, they sell. It doesn't, I'm into singles, but yeah, buying collections. That's my thing. I buy it 70%. Depending on the collection, the larger collection, less than 70 is probably going to be it. My average, based on collections I buy, average 65% is what I've mapped out in my, you can't track every card. If you do, you'll go crazy, I think. No matter what kind of tracking system you have, you just can't, because within that bulk you'll get good cards that make up for losing cards. And just like here, prime example. So I'm gonna sell this card for 3 cents. Hopefully someone has an order, buys more than one card. But my current cost of goods for selling one card is $1.07. That includes 4 cents for the label. I don't use stamps, so I print on a label. I use card savers at 16 cents, penny sleeves at 1 cent. The letters are 11. My paper is 1 cent. So with the 74 cents of shipping for a 1 ounce letter, I'm at $1.07 cost per card to ship. So I think when I last looked, it was after TCG Player fees. We made let me just look at the one order. I do have a 1 penny card that's sold. So you get 83 cents. So it's $1.32 and you'll get back 83 cents. So if you do the math, 1.07 minus 0.83 is 24 cents. So in the beginning, it's great. You need to get your number up, get a higher level seller. But as time goes on, you're losing 24 cents a card. If you're selling a lot of high-end cards, not a big deal. But if you're in a game of bulk, hopefully within your bulk, you've gotten good bulk that's worth more than a penny or 10 pennies. So in this one, if you look at the inventory I'm going to upload, I would need to sell, just from this one page, see 1, 7, I would need to sell like 6 or 7 cards to theoretically be close to breaking even or make a little bit. So, you know, TCG is considered wholesale pricing, right? Quotation marks. eBay, I sell on eBay for $1.99 free shipping. So not making much, but on eBay, you're getting a front and back picture. People will pay more of a premium for a good condition card. So, but people aren't, at least on eBay, from my experience and seeing, not going on eBay and buying, you know, 100 cards that are $1.99 each. They're buying cards because they like the picture. They see that the quality is there. They're paying a premium to know they're going to get an actual near mint card, not hoping that the seller, a TCG player, is giving near mint card. That's just my take on it from doing this for a while now. But I personally, I'm going to spend, you know, a good amount of money on a card I want, especially I'm going to buy it on eBay. If I'm like a more expensive card, cheaper cards, I'm buying TCG Player all day. One thing I do though on TCG Player is there's one card, I'm not gonna say what it is, but there's one card that I'll buy on TCG Player, buy it up constantly. Costs me a penny to 3 pennies for each one. That one card, if I can get it to PSA 10, sells for like 85, 90 bucks or 100, around there. It's fluctuated, right? And so that grading is what, 20 bucks or something like that. So, you know, I want to spend, I think last time about 150 of them. I spent like $3-4 maybe, because I'll buy them from the seller that has the most, even if I have to pay more per card, because they're penny cards. And every buyer and seller has their method, but then out of those cards, I think I had like 20 or 20 of them or so that were worth it grading after, you know, just cleaning them off a little bit, checking everything, and I got back, you know, 15 tens of those cards. Cost me like 20 cards I sent in. It's 20 bucks a card. $4.50 was shipping. Sold them for around $90 at 15. $13.50. Let's say minus 500. I made $8.50. Who cares if I bought them for 3 cents, 5 cents, right? But I found, you know, I have a few cards I like to buy from TCG Player, grade, and then sell. Another good thing is you can, on TCG Player, you can buy lots of great items to complete your sets. I'll go on there and I'm just not feeling it. I'll just buy all the missing cards, get them sent to me, and build my set. Done. Don't have to worry about it. My set's built. Saved money because I wasn't opening up packs. Let's clear off my scans. That was 104 cards I just uploaded. We're gonna go back to scan some more. What I find hard is keeping up when you're doing the mass scanning. What I find hard is keeping up with sorting. You really have to be disciplined. And at the end of your day, or whatever you want to call it, you need to get your cards sorted properly. I alphabeticalize mine. I don't do it by set. Did do it by set and then alphabeticalize it, but I just use a pull list from TCG Player to get my cards. I got I got like 7,000 cards on there. I have them sorted by Pokemon, Dragon Ball, don't have too much magic and anything on there, but like close to 8,000 listings on there. Sorry, I'm back and forth with grabbing stuff here. I'm gonna clean my scanner. The wheels aren't catching properly, which means that they're a little dirty. I use the ScanSnap IX 1400. Got it at a Micro Center down there in Tustin, California. Fantastic place. Hope they don't go out of business like Fry's. That'd be a shame. Other than that, there's just Best Buy, and Best Buy is overpriced. But I like Micro Center because they match. And I got my ScanSnap matched. I saved like $50. And I gave them business to keep them in business, right? But yeah, back to the business side of it. Like I said, that's where I started 2 years ago. One thing I used to do was there was a card shop that would sell its bulk for like $35 for 5,000. Would buy it by to the guy text. He'd bulk out X amount of boxes for me. And their bulk included hollows, non-hollows, all that good stuff. But I sort all that out, take out all the trainers. Then I would sell on Facebook Marketplace, TCG Player, and other places, and all that good stuff. But shamelessly, maybe it's not shameless, but was another card shop that responded to my post online one time, and they're like, "Oh, we'll buy it for $100." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I go down there, sell it to them. Well, that was back when I didn't know all the sets, and they were looking for specific sets. So I turned my 35 into like 100. It was good. But then I started realizing that's untapped market. I just keep buying these bulks, and I'll sell them for $100-200 online, which helped build the funds back up. So it wasn't all my personal stuff going out the window. Very weird meeting people in public. That's like, old school days. Like, I'll meet you at the parking lot at Best Buy and sell you a box of Pokemon, People looking at us think we're weirdos or something, right? But like, before the pandemic, before 2020, you see people all the time in parking lots selling stuff to each other. Because that's just how it was done. Alright, Pokemon. I cannot wait till Japanese Pokémon is added to Scan Identify. I have so many I need to put up, and I just cannot stand typing it in. So I sell them on eBay. I load it, I'm done. Okay. Importing 99%. Now I think I got like almost 1,000 cards to sort for Pokemon. Okay. I have that safe sort A through Z, best thing you could buy. And then within that, I put tape everywhere on it. So when I sort by set, that's the next evolution. Just sorted by set in the safe sort boxes. But I would recommend, if you do you sell wherever you sell, especially TCG Player, put your cards into set order alphabetically. I should have done that on day one, because I won't have to take like a day just sort mine that way. Much easier. Just go to whatever set you're selling and sell through it, because like there's a lot of S's and there's a lot of T's, right? So I gotta dig through all that. Or if I can just go to one set, much faster. So 710 looks good. Push it all. I always push it to my staged inventory. I don't know why. It's just what I do. And then we let it do its thing. Go back over here. Search. And yeah, we're good. And I will move to live. My search results. That's it. It's up there. There's more. So I got 3 orders in. I did all my orders this morning. Oh, 3 more for today is pretty good. I find that Thursdays and Fridays are the big order days. And I really wish the post office was open later. There's the one thing I do not enjoy is shipping. I don't mind the shipping production part. It's getting to the post office. You know, I have a daytime job, 7 to 5. So I gotta go on my lunch break if I can even get to it. But usually off on Thursdays and Sundays. So, you know, Thursdays I'm always going to the post office. And Thursdays I'm checking my P.O. box. That's the only day I can actually get there. Like if I ever get a card that's like returned. Like this week I was off Monday, Sunday. So I won't know if a card was returned or couldn't be delivered till Thursday. And I don't want to use my business address, which is a P.O. box, but it counts as a street address. They don't really need hundreds of, you know, I look at it as like, my business is not my home. My business is my business address. And that's what creates the, you know, legitimacy of when you start a business, get a business address or a P.O. box that acts like one. Okay, so it has 116 cards that we uploaded. Sorry, my throat's really dry talking. But yeah, if you got anything, you know, leave a comment. I'll get back to you. If I can answer you, I'll find an answer for you. And hopefully the audio is good and video and all that good stuff. From what I can tell, it's set up right, because when I go back and watch the video, it looks, at least to me, it looks good. Sounds good, but I don't know if it's my volume that's higher and not higher. But I always appreciate feedback. You can't get better if no one tells you you're bad, right? Just like criticism. If the criticism is proper, I guess I would say criticism, or it's legit criticism, then you should take the criticism and move on. Take it and do better. If it's someone trolling you, just ignore them. The world of online trolls, right? Okay. That box is done. Yeah. Add it in. $471 looks right. Let's push these just to live. See what happens. I guess it's the same outboard. Maybe I'll just do that going for it. Last step. Okay. The audio is good. Good time. I want to watch some YouTube on how to get a timer.
Countdown timer to first thing you're gonna platforms.
We're back. I'm gonna go install
Yes.
timer for break time. Okay.